Are you 0-3 in fantasy football with half of your team injured and just want a brand new squad? Maybe daily fantasy sports is for you. Come prop up on Thrive Fantasy this NFL season.
Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports app for player props. With Thrive, you can eliminate the countless hours of research and focus on only the top-tier athletes that have the biggest impact on the game.
Each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the props and rack up the most points to win a share of the prize pool.
Thrive is awarded over $15 million in total.
Use our promo code TEMPO, that's TEMPO, when you sign up today, and you will receive a 100% instant first deposit match up to $100.
Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or Play Store, or by visiting their website, thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today.
Now let's get into today's podcast. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the High Tempo Podcast, episode 158 today. You just heard our Thrive promo. Once again, use Thrive, use our code TEMPO. We actually have a special Thursday night Thrive contest that we're going to go through here in a few, so be on the lookout for that. But we're back today for another episode.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. NFL season, week 6.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty exciting.
My
fantasy team is seriously taking a slide.
1-4, right?
1-4.
That's tough.
And I don't know what to do. I'm working on huge moves. Got big eyes for Travis Kelce.
Yeah, right, dude. There's no shot after that game he just had.
Yeah, I'm thinking midway. Me and you talked about this.
Yeah.
Midway through the season, going 0 RB, but it's just so unrealistic.
It's hard to do it now, because you had to do it early. Obviously,
to draft and rework your team early. Again, if you were going 0 running back, you hopefully already had Breece Hall, all these sleeper running backs that actually are doing pretty well now.
Yeah. Jeff Wilson would have been a huge guy to have for a 0 RB
Melvin
strategy.
Gordon or Ken Walker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if you had Kenneth Walker now. Yeah. I'm doing decent. I'm doing pretty good in fantasy. I'm 4-1 in my main redraft league. I am 2-3 in my family league, which I have Najee and Connor as my 2 RBs. So
wow, that's pretty good for
two dudes that just suck. I am 3-2 in Dynasty, but my team is really good, so that's the worst my record is gonna be all year. And then how many leagues did I say? 3? Oh, the team league. I'm 4-1 in the team league. Beat you this past week.
Yeah, so. I haven't won still, right?
Yeah, you're 0-5 in the team league. You're gonna buy somebody's Super Bowl food.
Oh man, I hope not. And in the other league, the punishment is you have to make a calendar.
Yeah. And everyone gets their own month or whatever.
Yeah.
That's genius.
It's going to be terrible. I gotta start
Oh, dude,
games.
If it's you, do you have to get calendars for everyone in the league too?
I assume they're going to put the money forward for the calendar.
So you're just assuming you're going to lose, saying they're going to...
Well, you know what I mean. I feel like you'd have to pay for your own calendar. I'll take the pictures for it.
Maybe just each guy pays for their own calendar.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not paying for everybody. So
Exactly.
I don't know how much a calendar costs, but I can imagine it's expensive.
Yeah. Like we said, we're here for a regular episode today. If you are a big NBA fan, today is not your episode. We literally have 0 NBA news to talk.
Yeah.
Actually, we have one NBA thing to talk about. We can just talk about it right now. Marvin Bagley is going to miss 3 to 4 weeks for the Pistons. Got injured in their preseason game last night. Not the end of the world because his injury did look pretty, he's been a very injury-prone guy in his career, and it was a little, that could be long-term. 3 to 4 weeks is not bad, and it frees up minutes for Nerlens Noel, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, if they all go down, if every single one of them goes down with a minor injury, it's not that big of a deal. Throughout the whole year, if, even Beef Stew misses 3 to 4 weeks at some point, so we can see all the big men work together and really get some time together without worrying about the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think it could end up being a blessing in disguise.
Obviously, you don't want anyone to get hurt, but I get what you're saying. Yes, it is nice to just get some guy, because I still don't know what the 10-man rotation is going to be to start the year. But the Pistons are dealing with a good amount of injuries right now. Alec Burks has been hurt for all of training camp. Hamidou Diallo has been dealing with an injury. Nerlens Noel has also been dealing with an injury, so we definitely are pretty banged up. This adds to it, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. We're not a competing team at the moment. Maybe if we get out to a hot start, but Killian Hayes, though, balled out last night, 20 points, hit 4 threes, 7 assists. I was watching it at the Mexican restaurant because they had it on there, so it was pretty sweet.
What was the Mexican restaurant for? Was it Dad's birthday?
Yeah.
That's awesome,
I know.
man.
It was pretty hype.
What'd you get? What'd you eat?
Oh, street tacos.
Oh, yeah,
they're really good with like all types with shrimp, beef, chicken, and chorizo.
That's baller.
It was pretty good.
That's baller.
And I got a margarita too. I've never had a margarita before, so it was pretty good.
I've never had one either.
Yeah, I literally never have had one. So, so that's the only NBA news we have today. But if you are an NBA fan, go look at our last video we did. It's our top 25 players in the NBA. It was posted on Tuesday. You'll be hearing this on Thursday. And that was obviously a really fun video. And actually, it really wasn't that fun of a video. I don't like the top 25 players list at all.
And it's just long-winded and trying to find something to say about every player.
Exactly.
It's just difficult.
It's a guy who, like, we talked about him all in the position rankings.
Yeah, exactly.
But a really exciting episode is coming this weekend, which is going to be our NBA season predictions episode. Favorite video of the year. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for promotions. Obviously, you know the rest. Go follow us and like on everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's get into it. Let's start off with our Thrive promo for the day. We are doing the Thursday Night Football $20 contest. So you enter $20 into this. If you did not see how Thrive does their contests, pretty much you go onto their app. I mean, go look at our last video. We did a YouTube video going through their contests if you want to go check that out. But you pick 10 of their player props out of 20. Actually, I don't know if there was 20 on this.
Yeah, there was 20.
There was 20? Yep. Okay. You pick 10 out of 20 player props. Simple, you take the under or over, and there's a point system for each one, and at the end it gives you a max points, and you get to go through and see if these win, and you can win big money if you win. So
top of your pool, that's the goal.
So let's go through these. Last time we went through all 20 and just to tell you what they were, but since this is specifically Thursday Night Football, we are just going to go through the ones that we picked, and we'll let you know who did better at the end or next episode. So let's start off. My first one that I have is the under on Antonio Gibson, 54.5 rushing yards. It's Brian Robinson's time to take over, so I'm taking the under for Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, both the options for Antonio Gibson looked really good. It was 54.5 yards and then one or half a rushing touchdown. I took less than on both of them.
I also took the under on the rushing touchdown as well.
I don't think he is going to see much of the field this week. Getting moved to punt returner and kick returner is never good.
Especially for a guy that fumbles a lot too. Like it's definitely. I think he did in college because he was like a wide receiver in college or whatever. But yeah,
that's a big deal.
The way they're talking is like Brian Robinson's going to take over.
Yeah.
Also, my mom, she got mad at me because I've been wearing socks with holes in them in the podcast. So when I put my feet up, it's like it bothers her. So, Mom, I got good socks on today.
Those are Hanes brand.
I know, like these are, and I got these like recently. Like they are nice. And Brian Robinson is like on other betting sites. His like rushing props are really high, which is like. He
really
got like 22 yards last week, so I think they're just expecting him to get a lot this week. So, yeah, I'm excited for it because I have Brian Robinson.
Yeah,
do I start him?
No.
Over Kareem Hunt? I have Derrick Henry on bye.
Oh, no.
It's Thursday night.
But, like, I could still easily see them doing three running back committee with all three of them. Should we close that door?
Yeah, I can really quick.
That's probably a good idea. The next one I took was Curtis Samuel, more than 42.5 receiving yards. I just there's a lot of options there, and not all of them are great. That's just one where he's so dynamic. I really do think he could do that all in one play if he really needs to.
I also took that. I think that Curtis Samuel has been really good this year. That he's been used in multiple ways. I would have loved if there was a receiving plus rushing prop because he does get some rushing, but with Brian Robinson back, maybe he won't. But yeah, I got Curtis Samuel over 42.5 as well. I like that.
Next one, J.D. McKissick, more than 40.5 total the entire game.
Rushing plus receiving yards.
Yeah, rushing plus receiving yards, yeah. He catches it, he runs the football, and he could do that all with just catching the football. He can do that in 2 catches out of the backfield.
I took the opposite route on this one. I went under J.D. McKissick, 40.5 rushing plus receiving yards. It's a lot of these are revolving around Brian Robinson, as you can see. But I just think Brian Robinson is going to get a majority of the carries here. Gibson will kind of be obviously in there as well, so JD will be less involved in the game. That's what I'm hoping for at least. But like you said, J.D. McKissic could get these on 2 catches. Like, it just easily could happen. So, but I'm taking the under.
Yeah, he's super interesting. The Brian Robinson situation really throws a wrench in this whole thing. It
does. It's tough because he's not on here for any player props either. So if he was, I would have smashed the over for all.
Oh, I would nail it. Carson Wentz, I took more than 25.5 completions. I could just see him getting a ton and taking Curtis Samuel's more than 42.5 receiving yards. That could come in a lot of completions. Lots of receivers, lots of guys get involved.
I was thinking about that one, but I did the other one for Carson Wentz. I took his over on 230.5 passing yards. I really do think that this game is going to be more, like, I think everyone sees this and they're like, oh, the under. Like, this game is for sure going under. I'm kind of thinking it's going to go over, honestly. Carson Wentz has thrown for a lot of I think he's top 5 in passing yards at this point.
I would imagine. He's been balling.
230.5 against this Bears defense that really has not been great. I think I'm going to take the over on that. I like it.
Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with the over on the game as a whole. I also took Terry on more than 3.5 catches and more than 58.5 receiving yards. Nice. I took both of them. I think this could be a high-scoring game with a lot of offense.
So you took J.D., Samuel, and Terry all over
more
on yards. Really?
And Carson Wentz over on completions. It's going
to be crazy for that.
It's going to be a big game.
This sounds like it's going to be a crazy game. We got to watch. I didn't take Terry's yards, but I did take his 3.5 receptions. I mean, 4 catches for Terry McLaurin.
That's crazy.
I should look at his other stats before because I don't have him in any leagues. So, like, I honestly don't know the type of year
really
he's been having.
Been that good.
Right. But 4 just seems like, come on.
Yeah.
4 receptions, he can do that.
That just semes so obvious for a big-name receiver.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It seems like, he's going to
So how many more do you have left?
I have 3 more.
All right. I have 4 more. So let me say one more before you go again. Moving over to the Chicago Bears, you can see I picked more Commanders picks because not a Bears guy.
No, and the Bears ones were way tougher.
Exactly.
Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, literally.
That is scary.
Starting with the Bears, I took, and a lot of these are under too, which is funny. Justin Fields, 2.5 passing touchdowns plus interceptions. I'm taking the under on that. The only way this does hit is if Justin Fields throws 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like, I could see him throwing 1 pick and 1 touchdown. And that's about it. Maybe not even throwing for a touchdown. He might rush for 1. So I'm taking the under on that.
Yeah, I saw that. And I probably should have just instantly thought, take the less because it's so obvious. But all I was thinking was, I want to see more from this game. So I didn't. But I did take the less on his total yards, which is 195. He could just easily get shut down. And I took... you say one. You say one.
Say how many are you going to name off
There's
here?
another. There's another connection.
Yeah. Speaking of that one, you just said Justin Fields 195.5 passing plus rushing yards. I did take the over on this because I was building a parlay on a separate sports book today, actually, for free, and I just decided to go through Justin Fields' stats to see. Like, I know he hasn't been passing for a lot. He's only thrown for over 200 yards once this season. But he gets those rushing yards. He gets like 40 a game. So I really do think he can get 150, 160 passing yards, I hope. Give him some rush yards. This Washington defense is god-awful. So I am going to take the over for Justin Fields here.
I made this game a lot more about David Montgomery on the Chicago side of the football.
I wonder why.
David Montgomery is my new RB2. Had a really good week last week. I took his more on total yards, which is 74.5, and his more on total touchdowns, which is at 0.5, which I think those are both glaringly obviously going to hit. This Washington defense sucks, and David Montgomery is the dominant back in that backfield.
Yeah. I just recently acquired Khalil Herbert in my league, so if David Montgomery decides to take a few plays off, maybe give Herbert those touchdowns, I'd be cool with it.
Let's not. Let's just keep Herbert.
Yeah, he's on my
Montgomery
bench, so I don't really care that much. All right, so next one. Speaking of David Montgomery, I did take his over on 74.5 rushing plus receiving yards. Seems pretty low. I mean, I don't know if Montgomery catches a lot of passes, but I think he can do that strictly on the ground. So I'm going to smash the over on that one.
I'm all done.
That was it? That was all of them? I think I just have... I have 2 more. Wait. Yeah, I have 1 more. My last one is Darnell Mooney. I wanted to stay away from him, but I did something better than that. I took the under on 39.5 receiving yards. It sounds criminally low, But, I mean, the only way this hits is if he catches one 50-yard pass. I mean, he's going to catch 3 passes all night. And if they each go for 5 yards, he's not hitting this. So it has to be on a deep ball. I'm going to take the odds that it's not. So I'm going under on Darnell Mooney receiving yards.
Yeah, he's been terrible this entire year. It's crazy that he was drafted.
He had a good week last week. Last week he had a big week, but that was his first week all year.
Yeah, and
so
it just doesn't look like anything in that Bears offense is going to be set in stone and stay the same.
MRS opinion polls. What?
They want your opinion?
It's probably for the election or whatever.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
I wonder what MRS stands
I know,
for.
that's Michigan something. It's got to be Michigan something.
Yeah, something.
What if we're idiots and it's everyone knows what MRS is?
Yeah, facts.
We're college kids. Sorry, don't get mad at us. Did you do your ice picks or no?
Oh, no, I didn't. I totally forgot.
I did, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Ours won't.
Maybe your punishment should be you had to take the opposite of mine.
Okay, that sounds like a good punishment.
So my ice picks was first one. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what the ice picks are on Thrive, it is the in case of emergency pick. So if you tie with somebody for that big cash prize of $20,000, these are the tiebreakers. Me and Easton's games we have tiebreakers. Cole Kmet over 0.5 receiving touchdowns. I'm betting that he is the one that gets it. Because I think there's only going to be one, so I don't know who it's going to be. I'm going to say Cole Kmet takes it. So maybe that's a bad one for you to take the under on, because that's that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, it's more likely to happen.
Literally, yeah. And then the other one, I love me some Khalil Herbert, but I took his under on 35.5 rushing yards. Yeah. Seems pretty high for if Montgomery is 100% good to go. Last week, Khalil Herbert only had 4 carries for 11 yards. If this was rush plus receptions, I would think about it differently. So you get the over on Khalil Herbert, 35.5 rushing yards.
Oh, it's just not good for what I'm dealing with in fantasy.
Well, he could break out one big run.
Yeah, he could. And, yeah, he definitely could. The under is definitely the better one there with how few. It's just so weird how good the backfield is of, Khalil Herbert could be better than David Montgomery. But David Montgomery just gets all the carries in the backfield.
He's been good. I mean, he has been good. He just can't stay healthy all the time. But no running backs.
But when Khalil Herbert plays, he looks better.
He's definitely one of the better backups.
Pollard. He's similar to Pollard, where he looks more explosive. Looks like more.
But they don't. It's kind of like a Madison situation where they really just don't even use him when Montgomery is in.
It's
at
so
least
weird.
Pollard still is involved in the game.
It's so weird.
So yeah. This Thursday night game, we both know this game sucks. No one wants to watch Bears versus Commanders. So you might as well make it a little more spicy, give you a reason to watch the game. Use our code TEMPO on Thrive Daily Fantasy Sports, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. So $20, and you can win up to $20,000. It might even be more than that, actually. It might, because last week it was $25. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I have no idea what it says on the app.
All right, so that's pretty much it, yeah. Let's get into some college football talk. There's a lot of big games this weekend. I mean, let's go through them all. The first one, number 10, Penn State at number 5, Michigan. This is going to be a huge game, top 10 matchup. First good team that Michigan has played all year. So it's going to be big.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Making a joke, by the way.
Why?
I said first good team that Michigan's played all year.
It basically is. I mean, Maryland's
solid. Iowa's decent.
I don't know. Iowa's not really that great. Stomped Indiana last week. We're playing solid football last week again. Wasn't that great? They hung around for a really long time.
Tied for a long time.
Yeah, it was 10-10 going into the third. But we ended up pulling away. Blake Corum is still a monster. JJ had a pick. Didn't really look that. It wasn't his fault by any means. Michigan looks good. But I'm excited to actually see them play a good team, like a really good team, a team that's ranked. Now we can actually really get a feel. If we can win this game, it sets the tone for the rest of the year and hopefully the outlook for the rest of the year, what's expected.
Yeah. The next big game is number 3, Alabama at number 6, Tennessee. This is going to be a humongous game. Tennessee has been really, really good this year. And Alabama has a true test on the road. Bama has kind of been struggling as of lately. No Bryce Young last week. He is going to play this week. So this is a crazy game because Alabama almost lost last week to Texas A&M, and now they have to go on the road at number 6 Tennessee, who's been red hot. This could be huge for teams like Michigan that are waiting for a team like Bama to get knocked off. Obviously Tennessee would move up, but I I would assume that Alabama has a better chance of making the playoff than Tennessee does. So
yeah, it's super huge for, like you said, those reasons. The teams that are waiting on Georgia and Bama's to lose. We can't move as the University of Michigan if those top teams don't lose. Same with Tennessee. If they can't get some of those top teams start getting losses, they're never going to move up and down. And you need to just keep moving up to your top 4.
Yeah. So it's going to be a crazy game there. We have another top 15 matchup. Number 8, Oklahoma State, who's been looked pretty shaky this year. They are headed to Texas to play number 13, TCU, who has been coming out of nowhere this year. They beat Kansas at College Game Day last week. Another top 15 matchup with big implications here because this is a Big 12 showdown. And then we have number 15, North Carolina State, at number 18, Syracuse. Syracuse coming out of nowhere this year. I didn't even know they had a football team. And then lastly, we have number 7, USC takes on their first true showdown, and they're taking on number 20, Utah, who's looked good since their early loss to Florida this year. So what a week of college football we have on Saturday. Don't plan anything on Saturday. It's football all day long. Big noon kickoff. Obviously, we'll be at Michigan. They're there every freaking week. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the weekend. Definitely keeping most of the opportunities to watch games open.
Yeah.
I want to have a TV on wherever I'm at.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Speaking of the weekend, let's get into some NFL. Last week was a big week for you and I. This is the last week of no buys. We got to try to break the record for most points in weekly picks. We didn't, none of us broke. Actually, let me look at the record because I wrote it down one of the weeks. It might be a record actually, low key.
Like this could be the record.
So it is tied for a record. All right.
I don't even know who did it still.
It was me. I did it. No, just this week I did. I don't know who did it last week. 14 out of 19. However, Easton was just shy. 12 out of 19. Big weeks out of you and me.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of points. It sucks losing with the 12.
So where did it count? Easton goes 1 for 3 on the spread picks. Your boy went 3 for 3.
Oh,
so
if
you would have went 3 for 3, we both would have tied the record. Would have been crazy.
Man, that's crazy that the spread picks is what it came down to.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Damn.
Yeah. 14 of 19 for me. I am now in the lead 3-2. So it's been back and forth all year. This is the first time I've gotten the lead, actually. It was 1-0 you, tied, 2-1 you, tied. I'm hot now.
So I need to come back. You're on fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe I got it completely backwards. Let's see who won last week. Yeah, it was me. So yeah, that is how it's been. So yeah, I'm up 3-2. This has been good. It's not a blowout or anything.
Nope.
We don't rig it at all.
Staying entertaining.
Let's talk about the Lions before we get into this week's picks, just because we got to talk about the Lions. Worst Sunday of the year is this upcoming Sunday because there's no Detroit Lions football. In all reality, it's probably the best Sunday of the year because we can watch other teams blow games and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to be disappointed at any point during this week. We just can't be.
Lions get blown out 29-0 against Bailey Zappi and Matt Patricia and the New England Patriots. One of the worst losses in recent history for the Lions. I know we got blown out a couple times last year, but this one just feels different. We are coming off of having the top offense in the NFL through the first 4 weeks. Amon-Ra St. Brown comes back in this game, and we just played so terrible. I mean, it was all parts of the game. It was bad. We are into the bye week now, which is much needed, but something's got to go down. Something's got to happen. Dan Campbell, the early game going for it on 4th and 9 or whatever. We signed a new kicker and didn't even kick once in the game. It's just I love Dan Campbell, but it's enough. I'm not saying now is the time that he needs to go, but at some point enough is enough,
He's made some really poor coaching decisions, and it looks like his aggressiveness and his actual football knowledge
might not all be there.
It might just all be coffee and good speeches.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I've given up on Dan Campbell because I
haven't.
And I think he's a great coach.
And this is a rebuilding team, too.
It just really sucks that we can get so fired up and so excited for the season because of our coach.
Because of Hard Knocks.
And then our coach and the team just kind of shit the bed against our former coach, Matt Patricia's calling the plays, and they score 26 damn
points. Dude is not even an offensive coach.
They're terrible.
Been a defensive coordinator his whole career.
And like this was the first game where it actually looked like our guys had kind of
given up.
Yeah, that's the word.
There was no fight in this game. It was just like we looked defeated.
Yeah, we looked
early.
Oh, and we looked terrible.
I turned off this game. I never do that with the Lions. Like even last year, I caught every second of every game.
Yeah, we did turn it off.
Turned it off.
Yeah, it was like fourth quarter. We're like, okay, yep, we're ready to be
sucks.
done.
I was so upset because it's so disappointing. Like this team is better than 1-4. Like. Even FanDuel, I was looking today at the odds to win the Super Bowl, right? Or no, it wasn't to win the Super Bowl, to make the playoffs still. Because I was like, I wonder what the Lions are at. Like, if it's crazy low or like crazy good odds, I'm going to bet on it. Plus 640 to make the playoffs, which like as a 1-4 team, it should be like plus 1,000. Because the Steelers at 1-4 are plus 1,600 to make the playoffs.
Holy shit.
Like Vegas knows that this Lions team is better than 1-4.
Yeah.
We all know. That game was not all coaching. That was just a game of, like, some games of this season have been because of coaching we lost. That game was everything. Yep. Everybody played bad. Jared Goff had the early pick that was just like, it kind of just messed things up because we were having a good drive. We need this bye week. We need J-Mo to come back. We need Swift to come back healthy. We need the offensive line to come back healthy. We need defensive players to come back healthy. We need to make changes.
Yeah. Like you said, we didn't really ever have a chance of winning this game. It didn't feel like. It just sucks because these are the type of games where we knew we couldn't have won this game, but we could have won weeks prior to that with just proper coaching. So it really sucks that our coaches have cost us wins already this year when we need them anytime we can get them. If we're in a position to win a game, we have to win that football game. Really sucks.
And that's happened multiple times so far this year. And it's like, look, the Seahawks loss isn't looking as bad now because Geno Smith continues to just be dialed in. Like they went off last week. They still lost.
He still ain't right back.
Literally. But what was I going to say? Oh, but yeah, losing to third string Bailey Zappi, rookie quarterback. Like I get it. He is a good quarterback. Like you can't lose that game. Like that is a game you have to win. We play the red hot Cowboys coming off this bye. Luckily, I think Dak Prescott might be back by the time that game comes. So they'll lose because they can't lose a Cooper Rush. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Lions rant. We have a week off of the Lions, so it'll be nice, calming Sunday. But I want to watch the Lions still. Like I want to watch J-Mo, dude. I'm so hyped for J-Mo.
I'm trying to trade for DeAndre Swift right now, hoping that we've kind of forgotten how good he really is, and the Lions offense looks shaky. Gonna try and get
2 weeks off plus the bye. He should be 100%. I mean, I don't know how injured he is.
Yeah,
but
I have no idea.
He should get more carries week 7.
Yeah, I'd get Jamal on the deal too. So I'll chat both of them.
That'd be geez. Who are you trading?
Oh, big like
say Dalvin. Like Jamal's like the number 1 backup in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. Like Dalvin will be traded for DeAndre Swift.
I mean, I would do that. Like I would say Swift has been, when he's played, he's been better. But
yeah, I'm just hoping the name is why it works.
I almost traded Dalvin. I traded Fournette though, but whatever. All right, let's get into weekly picks.
No, totally forgot. Totally forgot.
High tempo weekly picks.
High tempo weekly picks.
All NFL games of the week.
What teams are gonna cover the spread?
Season 3.
Lions.
Welcome back. Go Lions.
Yes, sir.
High tempo weekly picks. That was the high tempo weekly picks jingle. Let's get into it. This game has been talked about so much already in this episode. Thursday Night Football, we have the 1-4 Washington Commanders taking on the 2-3 Chicago Bears.
This is a game that I just don't want to watch. We've been talking about it since last Thursday Night Football. Before that game was even over, the jokes were it's going to be even worse next week. I'm not sure it'll be worse than last week, but it'll definitely be an ugly game, I think, whatever team wins. I think they're going to win ugly. And I don't know a team that's better at winning ugly than the Chicago Bears. Every win they have is an ugly win, so I'm taking them against the Commanders.
I am taking the Commanders in this game. Carson Wentz is going to come out feisty. Ron Rivera threw him under the bus in the post-game press conference last week. He said that quarterback is the main reason why they have been losing games. It's not. Carson Wentz, yeah, he hasn't been great, but, you got much bigger issues, Ron. Carson Wentz, he's got to prove him wrong. Give me the Commanders in this one.
I'm just looking at my picks. I got to switch at least one of them because never mind, can't switch them. Took spreads on those games.
Oh God, why? What?
I took all NFC North teams to win this week.
Oh no,
on Lions bye week.
What are you doing, dude?
We
have no chance of making the playoffs now. All right, next. We have the 3-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 1-4 Pittsburgh Steelers.
This one is just Tampa Bay all the way. Not even worried about it. Pittsburgh sucks.
Pittsburgh was one of the reasons that you lost last week. You took them to cover plus 14. They didn't. They're lost terrible. By 35.
They're so bad.
Give me the Bucs here. I did actually think about taking the Steelers to cover, but I didn't because it is at home. It'll be a lot more of a chance of winning, but no. Give me the Bucs here.
What's their field name now?
It's it's a word that I am not going to remember. Obviously, it's a brand of some sort, but it's a word that I've never heard before.
Huh.
Starts with an A, I think, but it's stupid is what it is. Next, we have an AFC South showdown with the 2-3 Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts.
Jacksonville owns Indianapolis. Give me Jacksonville.
I thought the exact same thing, and that is why I am taking the Colts to win this game. The Colts, they get beat by the Texans and the Jaguars left and right. They can't beat the crappy teams in their division. They can't beat anyone in their division because they lost to Tennessee earlier this year too. Ugliest win of all time last Thursday from the Colts. They got to find a way to win better than that. Jacksonville, after their good start, kind of been playing like crap lately. I really am confused on how good Jacksonville is, to be honest. So I'm going to take the Colts here. I'm going against my word because I said I wasn't going to pick them until they look good. They definitely have not looked good, but I'm going to take the Colts.
Even James Robinson has just slowed right down.
Yeah.
The whole Jacksonville offense has slowed right down.
ETN has looked better. I think that he is now going to take over at this point, but everyone Kirk has not been as good. Zay Jones has not been as good. Nobody has. Marvin Jones had a big game. By the way, the 4 teams on bye this week are the Lions, Titans, Raiders, and Texans. So how many games do we have to pick from this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14? No, there's no way. Oh, 14 plus the 3 plus the 3 picks. Yeah, so we're going to be out of 17. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
All right, next, we have the 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals taking on the 2-3 New Orleans Saints.
This game, Cincinnati's favored in, and I don't know, Cincinnati doesn't look great. T. Higgins is dealing with something. Just a lot of things are going on in Cincinnati. I'm going to take them to heat up in the back half of the year. Not right now. New Orleans. Give me New Orleans.
I'm taking New Orleans in this game as well. Their offense looked really good last week against Seattle. They put up almost 40 points. Starting Taysom Hill this week because Darren Waller's on bye. I tried to get Hayden Hurst.
That's a better idea than starting Darren Waller at this point. Taysom Hill's a better start.
I'm starting him strictly because I tried to get Hurst. It didn't go through, so I'm starting Taysom Hill. I could have went with Noah Fant or Evan Ingram, but I'm taking the boom possibility of. I mean, he put up 35 fantasy points last week.
He had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's literally
that is ridiculous.
Well, I think he had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, did he?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But he has 4 on the year, I think. Maybe 5.
He's a monster.
He has 1 catch on the year, and he plays tight end. It's ridiculous. I don't know if Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston is going to be the starter in this game. Either way, the offense has looked really good. Kamara finally had a big game, so I'm going to take the Saints here as well.
Yeah, Chris Olave is looking like the early candidate for best rookie receiver.
Definitely. It's him or Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I would take Olave for sure.
Me too.
Next, we have the red-hot 3-2 New York Jets taking on the 3-2 Green Bay Packers. So you're telling me you took the Packers?
I took the Packers, but I took the Jets to cover.
Okay, that's fair.
And I don't know. I guess it was just a safe pick in my eyes.
Yeah.
But I got nothing else to say about this game.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Give me the Jets. Jets have looked really good. Packers lost in London. Still don't understand how Aaron Rodgers is allowed in England.
What?
But I'm going to take the Jets here. You're telling me a guy like Aaron Rodgers is allowed to travel across the country?
He shouldn't be anywhere.
Overseas?
You're right. He just shouldn't be anywhere.
Yeah,
at
exactly. He's going to bring drugs there or lie about his passport or something.
Lie about something.
Lie about something, yeah. Something important. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Jets here. Packers, I hate them, and it's the start of their downfall. Jets, they're too hot. Breece Hall? He is the offensive rookie of the year so far.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But Kenneth Walker has that potential now with Rashad Penny going
I think it's Bailey Zappi. I think he's got to be right now.
With 2 games in, a game and a half, actually.
He's basically what Breece Hall has in
he's
total.
2-0. Or wait, no, they lost against Green Bay. They almost won, though.
Yeah, and he was clutching it.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
What do you do if, like, Zappi's elite? Like, what do you do with Mac Jones? I think Mac Jones is playing this week, actually.
You move on from him.
There was an alert about him earlier.
You Drew Bledsoe his ass. Get him out of there. Get Tom Brady in the game.
Good point. All right, next we have the 2-3 New England Patriots taking on the 2-3 Cleveland Browns.
These might be my 2 least favorite teams in the NFL currently as of this week.
Dude.
I hate the Browns. I hate New England. I don't know. I have no idea what the thought process was, but I also took New England in this game. The guys who just shit on the Lions, I don't know. Maybe they're better than people think they are.
This game was tough, like you said. This game's gonna suck. Like, these are 2 teams that are just boring. But low key, like Jacoby Brissett, he's kind of been him lately. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been going off.
He's kind of been him.
They played really well against the Chargers. Their kicker sold the game. So I'm taking Cleveland in this game, and the spreads were really tough this week. Like, I didn't like any of them. So I'm taking Cleveland -3.
Gotcha.
I'm not a fan of it. Like, I'm not very confident, but I'm going to take Cleveland -3 in this game as well.
Did you see the interview with Josh Allen where he talked about is he him?
Yeah, and he said he's not him. He's us.
No, he said
there's too many hims.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. When you start calling Jacoby Brissett him, that's why Josh Allen.
I didn't say he's him. I said he's kind of been him. You can be kind to him,
You show flashes of being
exactly.
him.
You could show flashes. Like last night, Travis Kelce, or Monday night, he was him.
He is him.
Exactly.
Travis Kelce is him.
That demon thing and smile last night.
Oh,
that thing is
him.
Yeah.
That thing is him.
Or her. I don't know what that creature was.
Yeah, go see Smile. It was worth the watch. It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
I wasn't as scared.
No free promo or anything, but like go check it out.
I wasn't as scared as like majority of people were that we watched it with.
I was pretty scared.
But like the actual like thriller was there. But like leaving the theater, I wasn't like it wasn't.
I will say I got like downstairs because like I'm downstairs by myself and I was just like, wow, like this is like I'm like a little scared right now. And I'm never that guy ever from a movie.
The issue was I instantly started messing with Jake and like Lish and stuff.
Oh yeah, we kept smiling.
Yeah, just big smiles.
Me and Barry Hill went to the bathroom after, and we were like next to each other. And I just looked over at him and smiled. It was just like, it's just stupid.
And Jake actually reacted pretty well. He was like pretty upset. He's like, Easton, stop. Like, you gotta stop that, man. Like, it's not funny.
I was definitely pretty scared, but yeah, the actual like story of the movie I thought was really good.
Really good.
I thought the ending was really good. Like, I thought that was a really good like twist, I guess you could say. But yeah, go check it out. It was fun. Next, we have the 4-1. 4-1, yeah, right. Minnesota Vikings taking on the 3-2 Miami Dolphins.
Miami, who knows who's starting at QB this week?
Skylar Thompson to the moon.
Baby. Is he starting? Is that the official one?
That's what McDaniel said that he is QB1 at the moment. Yes.
Good. Well, at that case, then I like taking Minnesota at -3.5 a lot. Then against this Miami team who hasn't looked great with their backups, either one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings here. I almost did take them to cover as well, but no team wins uglier than the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you. No team wins uglier than the Minnesota Vikings. They find a way to make every game close, even when they shouldn't. Like they
can't blow a team out.
They are like the Lions, but they still win.
Yeah, facts. Like if the Lions won the game,
yeah,
that's the Vikings.
That is the Vikings. Last week, they're blowing out the Bears. All of a sudden, the Bears are like a drive away from winning the game.
Like, how do you start doing this shit?
Will Lutz 55-yard field goal barely misses, and they win still. Like, so I am taking the Vikings, but I can't trust them to cover here. I just feel like they're going to win by 1 point or something stupid. So, but I'll still take them to win. Next, we have the 3-2 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 4-1 New York Giants.
Are the Giants fraudulent? Are they frauds? I can't tell.
After 3-1, I was like, yeah, they're frauds. Then they go to London and stomp on Aaron Rodgers, and it's just like, dude, they might be a team full of hymns.
The vibes are there. I really have no idea.
I don't know if they're frauds or not. Their defense is good. Their offensive line is good.
This is the week. If they make it even close against Baltimore, they are not fraudulent. I think Baltimore is one of the best teams in the NFL right now. They definitely are. I don't think. I'm taking the Ravens, but I mean the Giants don't look that fraudulent. So if they win this game, they are clearly Himothes and Himmies.
Yeah.
All of the hymns.
All of it, yeah. I'm taking Baltimore, but like low key, I kind of want to take the Giants. I kind of want to switch it up and take them. Like, you know how many people are going to be thinking Baltimore is going to win this game? Like, oh,
this will be the parlay buster.
Exactly, this will be. Is Giants money line the move this weekend?
Okay, you've got the start of a problem.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like everyone is going to be going for Baltimore.
And the NFL is scripted.
It is.
So, like, maybe you just start guessing what the script is.
I'm just going to take Giants to cover.
Go for it.
Not in this, but, like, on Sunday. Like,
yeah, that's a good call.
Because I already have those pre-written down.
Good morning.
I'm going to take Baltimore. Yeah, that's it. We don't have any London games this week either, which sucks.
So sad.
Like, it was lovely having those games.
They're, like, low-key the best.
Yeah, you wake up, have a cup of coffee, do a little homework. Oh, I get to watch Aaron Rodgers.
How did you describe the London game? Did you say fabulous?
Lovely.
Yeah. Lovely, dog.
It was lovely.
Lovely, darling.
It was because it's England, you know.
Yeah.
Lovely.
A little bit of class.
All right.
Pinkies up.
Right, exactly. Next, we have the 3-2 San Francisco 49ers taking on the 2-3 Atlanta Falcons.
Give me my Super Bowl pick. They will make it, and give me the cover at -5.5. The Falcons suck. San Francisco is good.
I agree with one of those things. I disagree with the other one. San Francisco is good. I agree. 49ers, I'm taking them to win. However, Falcons suck. I think you're forgetting that they are 5-0 against the spread this year.
This is the weakest.
How can I go against it? I picked it last week. It worked. So once again, they cut the line a little bit here because they know Atlanta is covering. They don't want them to do it again. They're still gonna +5.5. Give me Atlanta to cover.
I wonder if they know that going into the game, like what the spread is.
Atlanta, play. I bet some of them do.
I bet you a lot of them like.
Yeah, they do. They at least like to see like if they're favored. But I bet a lot of people don't too. Like it's definitely not everyone.
Yeah.
Next we have the worst team in football, probably the 1-4 Carolina Panthers taking on the 2-3, maybe second worst team in football, LA Rams.
These two teams are terrible. Carolina's done with their head coach. Who's their new head coach? Who's the interim?
I would assume it's probably their OC or DC.
Or special teams coordinator.
Yeah, somebody.
Give me the Rams. They're just less in shambles. They're slightly less in shambles, even though they're pretty well in the shambles.
Ben McAdoo is their offensive coordinator. I wonder if he is the new head coach.
I know I recognize that.
He used to coach the Giants.
Oh, yep.
Before Joe Judge. I don't know if he is. You took the Rams, though?
Yeah,
Yeah, give me the Rams here, but teams that come off of their coach being fired, they always got that extra flair to them.
Yeah, dog.
I wasn't ballsy enough to take Carolina to win. I am going to take them +10.5, though. I think it's going to be tight. The Rams have not convinced me at all. They're good. They got their Super Bowl last year. They can suck this year.
Yeah.
We'll take 2 top 10 picks. I'm going to take the Rams, but give me Carolina to cover.
Is C-Mac playing in this game?
I think so.
Okay,
played last week.
Yeah, you're right. I thought he got hurt midway through.
But he might get traded to the Bills, so
yeah, dude. Oh, C-Mac owners are loving that.
Happen.
Never.
Next, we have the 2-3 Arizona Cardinals taking on the 2-3 Seattle Seahawks.
I went with the Cardinals here. I don't like either one of these teams. It's another one of those games. Though Geno Smith does look like a monster, I just think these Cardinals got to start winning some games.
Cardinals were a field goal away, a Matt Prater injury away from defeating the 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles last week. It's funny because I think it was Matt Amendola, too, the dude who replaced Harrison Butker like 2 weeks ago. He was on Arizona this week because Matt Prater was hurt, missed the game-winning field goal, so they ended up not beating them. I think they're going to be hurt. I think it's going to affect them too much going into this one. Geno Smith, I know I'm using it again. He is him, though. Jacoby Brissett is kind of... Geno Smith is him, 100%. Give me the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to win this one.
It's pretty crazy. I don't know what this... I guess I don't know what the qualifications are for him.
It's Geno just like Smith the eye test, Like, you see him, you're like, that's him. Or you see him, it's like, that is not him at all.
That's just... I guess when I look at Geno, I don't think...
Like, right now, Dan Campbell... He is not him.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. No one on the line. Like, Jared Goff was him the first couple weeks. He is not him right
Even
now.
Amon-Ra, if you have him, you should just sell him to...
I don't know. He might be... I don't know. Whatever.
You should
trade him bad.
Yeah, bad. He's terrible. No way he finishes top 10 this year.
Next, we have the biggest game of the year, ?
Oh, right now?
Rematch of the century, the 4 and it's at 425 too, which I love that it's at 425.
Best game slot
because the Sunday night game is good too. Like this is going to be awesome. The 4-1 Buffalo Bills taking on the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs.
Like you said, this just kind of starts your night, and you finish up with Buffalo and Kansas City, and then you go into Cowboys Eagles. This Buffalo Kansas City game is exciting. The best 2 QBs in football, both fighting for the 1 spot. There is no undisputed 1 spot. Both these guys you could have either one of these guys as your number 1 QB in the NFL, and I wouldn't bat an eye at it. I am taking Buffalo because I believe they're the more well-rounded, complete roster. I would not be surprised if Kansas City wins this game.
Yeah, me either. This could go either way. I think most people are going to be taking Buffalo in this game. Just because it's about time they beat the Chiefs type thing. They've both been really good all year, but we're forgetting that Patrick Mahomes owns Josh Allen. I mean, he just straight up doesn't lose to him. It doesn't matter how good Josh Allen plays. The Chiefs find a way to win. I am going to take the Chiefs to win this game. It's at home. I know the Bills want revenge, but I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. They had that nice comeback on Monday night last week. Give me the Chiefs.
It's crazy how the Chiefs are still like the most exciting team to watch in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is just prime time.
Without Tyreek Hill, too, it's still been that way.
He's just like the guy. If he's on TV, turn the game on. Yeah. Watch it.
We should make that the tiebreaker game, like the second tiebreaker game.
I like that.
I don't have a pen.
They're on the floor. We'll grab them after.
We'll remember. All right, Sunday Night Football. We have a battle in the NFC East. Who would have thought the NFC East has a team that's 5-0, 4-1, and 4-1? That division sucks usually. They're not. Sunday night, 4-1 Dallas Cowboys taking on the 5-0 undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
I didn't mean to yawn there. I'm taking the Eagles in this game. I do just believe they're the better team. This game is shaped up for an awesome in-division battle between 2 awesome teams that are winning a lot of football. I wouldn't call the Cowboys awesome, but these 2 teams are winning a lot of football games. Yeah. 1 loss between the 10 games. I'm super excited for this game. And it's a great Sunday. I mean, it's just such a good Sunday night game. It's perfect.
It's great.
2 of his best fan bases.
Great rivalry, too, yeah.
I'm taking the Eagles in it.
So, quick question for you. Who's starting at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys this week?
Dak Prescott.
He's not. No.
Oh, he isn't? Cooper Rush is?
Cooper Rush is.
Oh, yeah, because you thought Dak's coming next week. Cooper Rush is starting.
Cooper Rush is starting. So, another follow-up question. Has Cooper Rush ever lost?
No.
Oh, no, he hasn't? Okay. Give me the Cowboys. Cooper Rush never lost. Doesn't matter who he's playing. It could be the Rams in L.A. It could be the Cincinnati Bengals. It could be the Washington Commanders. It doesn't matter who it is. He is going to beat that team. So give me the Dallas Cowboys. This might be the last week of Cooper Rush. But if he beats the Eagles, what do you do?
You don't play Dak Prescott. I actually do believe that.
But, you're paying Dak Prescott millions and millions of dollars.
But, just because you're paying him doesn't mean he has to play if the other guy's doing better.
Look at Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard.
Yeah, I know.
Zeke Elliott makes $20 million. He still plays more. We all know Tony Pollard's better.
It just sucks because I really do. But as a coach, as the if I'm not looking at money, I'm taking the guy that is not lost.
I understand.
I'm just betting 100 times on him. Obviously, they probably do go back with Dak, which sucks because we got to cherish Cooper Rush any second we get him.
I mean, I agree that Cooper Rush shouldn't stop being the starter. But if we're being realistic on what is going to happen, as soon as Dak is good to go, he's going to come back. Like, that's just how it's going to go. But yeah, Cooper Rush, he is confirmed starting this week. So give me the Cowboys.
Is confirmed him.
Yes, he is confirmed him. Yes.
He is him.
That is true.
We can agree on that.
Cooper Rush is him. Yes,
that's the tier of guy that has to be him. Geno and Jacoby Brissett.
Geno's him, dude.
Not on Jacoby's Cooper Rush,
dude. I don't know.
Those are two different levels of him. We need
but Geno is like, he's the right closest level though.
Okay.
We gotta have like another tier of him. Like, he is the him.
Yeah, and that's what Cooper Rush is. And like Mahomes and Josh Allen are also in that tier.
Yeah, but like that doesn't count. Like, those guys don't count as
they have
him.
To.
Josh Allen literally said he wasn't him.
He isn't him. You're right.
And if he's not him, then Mahomes is not him.
Yeah, you're right. At some point, you outgrow being too. You're too good for him.
It's not like a stat. Like, you don't just take the best quarterbacks. Like, those guys are him. No, like it switches,
you
know?
It's a lifestyle thing. Exactly. It's who's hot.
Geno Smith, look at the way he's been acting. He's him.
Yeah, you're right.
Is Taysom Hill him?
Oh, yeah. Taysom Hill is him.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I just think Geno is crazy to toss in with Cooper Rush and Taysom Hill even.
I'm doing it, dude.
I'm taking Taysom Hill. I'm trying to think, who are some other guys who are him right now in the NFL?
I don't know.
Me either. I'm really trying to think. Oh, Rodrigo. He is the Lions him.
Rodrigo's him.
He's him.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Amon-Ra definitely has the him energy just because of like, he talks a lot and he definitely is confident in his craft and everything. So when he backs it up, he's him too.
But Rodrigo's got like he dances.
Like a wide receiver. I mean, like, Diggs obviously is him because like
Jets.
Yeah, Jets is him too, but like now you're getting back into this same category.
But Jets
like,
actually is. Jets is the lifestyle.
You're right. Jets is him. Diggs is him. Like, but Cooper Kupp's not him. No, he's not.
No, he isn't.
Jamar Chase is not. Devontae. No, he's not.
Hunter Renfrow.
No,
you're right.
Not.
You're right,
dude. Speaking of Devonte Adams, we never talked about him shoving that dude.
That was horseshit.
Do you see what just happened?
Yeah, he got the misdemeanor charge.
Yeah, he's getting a misdemeanor for that.
That shit's bullshit.
What?
I'm totally against that.
I am too.
Like, he did not. The reporter ran in front of him, and he was pissed.
Listen. I agree that what Devonte Adams did was wrong.
Yes.
He should not have shoved that dude down. There's no excuse for that. You don't do that. That guy's an innocent, random dude. Like, hardworking guy probably there working the game.
Probably.
You know? Like,
or he's running in front of Devonte to get a check.
But, like, I understand. But to give him a freaking misdemeanor and they had to do a court case over it, come on. What are we doing? Is Mike Evans going to get a misdemeanor for shoving Marshawn Lattimore on the field? Like, this is ridiculous.
It's just such a joke that this guy is filing charges. If you watch the video from the up top angle, it looks terrible. Like, it looks like Devontae clearly sees him and pushed him.
Oh, he does.
From the back angle, though.
Yeah, but you can't even see Devontae Adams' face from the back angle.
No, but you can still clearly see the guy just, walk directly in front of Devontae's steps.
Yeah.
Like, his literal, Devontae couldn't have walked.
I mean, I don't think the guy was purposely running in front of Devontae Adams. Like, I don't think either one. Like, if anything, Devontae purposely shoved him over. Like, that's what purposely happened.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know if the shove is on purpose. I feel like he got bumped and was just pushing.
I don't know. He shoved him, dude. Like, he definitely shoved him.
I don't know. The back angle looks really good.
Okay, but either way, it doesn't matter who was in the fault. Like, he shouldn't have got a freaking misdemeanor.
No, that's such
the dumbest
horseshit
part ever. Yeah,
I was saying he should at least he should offer to pay for the guy's hospital bill.
Right. Yeah.
But a misdemeanor, and the guy went to the hospital for that. Come on, was that a hospital?
Did he fall on something? You know,
did he break a wrist at that point? Yeah, but
if he did, then that's pretty okay. Maybe I get the misdemeanor at that point, but
even then, it just still seems like did Devontae right there? If you see that on the street, are you like? That's a crime.
Okay, but think about it this way. If you're walking off the field and a guy walks in front of you like that, you're not just going to shove him.
No.
Like, you're not just going to do that.
No.
So, I do get that aspect of it.
Yeah, what he did was, what he did was wrong. Yeah, I agree.
Especially if he did get injured off of it, I do. But I saw a report that was like, reporter that is filing against Devonte Adams is goes to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Like, non-life-threatening? I'd freaking hope so, dude. He fell over.
He got pushed.
What did he do, break his neck? Jeez, oh Pete.
It's just getting so blown
What is a life-threatening injury? You know, like, what is that? There is not many injuries that are life-threatening.
And not many that you can get at walking speed. Like,
literally, dude.
You would be head-on full sprint collision.
I mean, he's going to get suspended, right?
Oh, dude, I hope not. It's just
if Mike Evans got suspended for, I think what Devonte did is worse than what Mike Evans did. Because it was a random person. Mike Evans did that on the field to another player. If Mike Evans got suspended, there's no way Devonte Adams doesn't get suspended, right?
Probably.
I agree that neither of them should have got suspended, but like, if they're basing it off of that,
it's just like hell. What the NFL standard that they set at some point
now.
It sucks.
Like they're trying to be this like public
clean.
Right? Like I don't even know what the word is, but they're trying to have this good look or whatever. Which
good
I
image,
understand.
clean image.
Yes, but like the whole like roughing the passer situation that's going on too, it's just terrible. Like
it's terrible.
I don't know. It's dumb, but let's finish weekly picks.
Yeah.
Give me the Cowboys though. Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football. Why? Another reason why the NFL sucks. The Denver Broncos have been on prime time. Like, this is their 4th time in 6 weeks being on prime time. That is ridiculous.
I think they skip a week and then go back, don't they?
I'm not even sure.
I think they continue to be on prime time. This team sucks.
Quit putting them on prime time. You make the schedule at the beginning of the year, but like you can switch it, dude. It's not that difficult.
As long as it's 2 weeks in advance, it doesn't make a difference.
And this game is a good game, right? Like Chargers Broncos, it sounds like it's going to be good. But the Broncos suck. Like, they're not fun to watch.
They're terrible.
Put a different game. Put Ravens Giants on prime time. Like, Giants have been good.
Yeah, facts.
But anyways, the 2-3 Denver Broncos taking on the 3-2 LA Chargers.
I'm going with LA Chargers here. The Denver has shown me nothing. Russell Wilson is terrible. He's my least favorite player to watch in football. Easily. Yeah. Like, it is so easily him. It's not even funny.
Oh, so you're saying he's him?
No, he's not him. He's the opposite.
Yeah, give me the Chargers here. I thought about taking Denver to cover, actually, because their defense has been really good. Like, their defense has actually been nice.
It's been loaded.
It's the reason why these primetime games are close, because they stay in these games, but their offense sucks so bad that they can't get over the hump and win games. I'm happy they lost, but at the same time, the Colts also should have lost last week. Like, I wish they would have just tied, honestly. But yeah, give me the Chargers in this one.
Yeah, Chargers are. I really hope they can start to turn it around. They just need to.
They're just not healthy.
Beautiful blue jersey on.
I didn't even realize. Beautiful. Yeah, got to take the Chargers at that point, right? All right, let's get into our last topic of the day. We are doing a Week 6 NFL power ranking. None of this is not going to include the Thursday night teams, obviously. That's why I didn't want to do a full 32, just because, like, one, that's just boring. Who cares about everybody else? Yeah. 2, like, I don't know where I would put the Lions, so I'm just happy I'm not having to rank them. So, top 10 NFL power ranking. Let's get into it.
So, my number 10 is the New York Giants at 4-1. Their surprise here, again, this is like they probably honestly aren't even like a top 15 team in football, but their record is just so good.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been at 4-1 up until this point, but it's still like I'm not sold on the Giants by any means. 10 was just I felt like they had to be included on this list.
The win last week definitely shows that they are at least a good team. Like that win last week was huge for them. Because it definitely leaped them into this top 10. There's no way they were before.
I got to blow my nose so bad.
All right, that's fine.
I'm running.
I'll start with my number 10. There was a few teams that I thought that should have made this top 10 that I really thought was going to be tight. Jesus, that's so loud. But yeah, my number 10 is the Tennessee Titans. They're sitting at 3-2 right now. They had a rough start to the year, but Ryan Tannehill has actually been better than advertised as he was to start the year. Derrick Henry is finally getting back to elite status. This Tennessee defense has been really good. Taylor Lewan went down early for this offensive line, but they've still been good. This is a pretty all-around solid team, and I expect the record to keep going up and up, so they're my number 10.
Yeah, the Titans are, if I'm a person searching to be a fan of a team, I'm picking the Titans. Because when they get...
I thought you hated Ryan Tannehill.
I do. No. Because when they get good players, they're going to win a shit ton of games. I don't know how they figure out to win all the time. How are they 3-2? That roster is terrible.
I mean, their defense is pretty good. Like, they have a great defense.
They play really well every week. I think they're just really good. I think they're one of those football, they've just been so good for so long. It feels like they're just always going to be good. They always are winning.
And like, imagine if like Malik Willis like becomes him. Like it would be crazy.
That term's got to be outlawed. We need to outlaw the term.
Also, I had the Titans in the team league last week. No one's picked them this year. I was like, give me the Titans. They did really good.
Did you win?
Yeah, I beat you.
Oh, yeah. Duh. I had 76 points with the Lions.
You had like 49 points. Like, it was way less than that.
That was terrible.
But the Titans put up like 120, so like they had a good week.
I'm done picking the...
Who do you have this week? Oh, you have 13.
Yeah, I haven't picked yet.
I saw there's people picking in it, right? Yeah, like we did this on Monday. Like, why is it... I'm going to see really quick if it's your turn. That'd be pretty funny. So Gottlieb said he'll take the Chiefs. He is... number... Now I'm confused.
Ryan.
Yeah, where is he?
Is his name Ryan or Gottlieb?
Do you see a Gottlieb in there? I don't.
He's first overall.
What?
That's what that
This
says.
had to have been like last week's or something. Oh yeah, that was last week. I was gonna say like he just now picked. He's number 12. It's your pick.
Oh man. I wonder who I'm going to take.
Maybe I'll just pick the Giants for you. You want the Giants? No, I'm just kidding. We'll do it after.
No. Actually, maybe. Like, low-key.
All right. I had the first pick this week, though. I went the Bucs against the Steelers. Easy money.
Easy money. Easily. My number 9 is the Dallas Cowboys. Also another 4-1 team here on the bottom half of the top 10. I'm just not sold on the Cowboys. That's all.
All right. Fair. My number 9 is the New York Giants. I didn't really know if this team was going to be in the top 10 or not, but they did. They're here at number 9. Their defense has been good. Like I said, Saquon Barkley has been elite this year. Hopefully he can continue to stay healthy. Daniel Jones has been playing through injury, and he's still been pretty good. Mm-hmm. So Daniel Jones might be earning an extension here. He is going to be a free agent this offseason, but there's a few different teams that could use a quarterback. Maybe Daniel Jones continues to be a starter if he plays well.
Yeah, he's been looking solid. I mean, he's just very solid.
Yeah.
My number 8 is the Minnesota Vikings, a team that wins ugly. But I think their offense just can really carry them and continue to carry them throughout the year, even though they go through spurts of really good offense and they go through spurts of terrible offense. I hope they can actually find some rhythm, except when they play Detroit.
I hope they lose every game the rest of the year. My number 8 is the Minnesota Vikings. They should be a lot higher. Like they really should be. They're 4-1, and all of, like the game they lost, they definitely for sure lost in. But this team could easily be 2-3. They barely beat the Lions, barely won last week. It's just this team is I almost didn't even want to put them in the top 10 just because they close games so poorly. But they have the talent to be top 10, obviously, and they are 4-1. So I have many 3-2 teams ahead of them, but they are number 8.
Yeah, you want to talk about talented teams that are ahead of them that with 3-2? My number 7, Cincinnati Bengals. This team has a ton of top tier talent, and they've just struggled to be healthy all year. T. Higgins came out of 3 games now with injuries in 5 weeks. Is just crazy. Mm-hmm. Buy low candidate in everybody's league. Like, actually, no, not joking, because I have him for real. He is really, really good. Cincinnati, I think, will eventually get where their record reflects how good they are.
Yeah, Cincinnati missed my list. They haven't been great for me so far this year. I almost put them at 10 over the Titans, but I assume they'll get on here eventually. But at the moment, I didn't put them on my list. My number 7 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3-2 so far this year. They looked ugly to start the year, but lately they've really stepped up. Mainly because they were injured to start the year. They're getting healthy now. Julio Jones is still out this week, I'm pretty sure. But Tom Brady has looked good. Leonard Fournette dominated this past week. Then they have an easy game this week against the Steelers, so it should be up from here for the Bucs.
Yeah, my number 6 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their offense or their team has looked very good despite how many injuries they've been dealing with, especially in the wide receiver room. For a quarterback who can't really do much other than throw, it's pretty impressive to be 3-2 at this point in the year. And their defense is just so good. They're fun to watch for sure. The defense is. Their offense, I'm I'm not excited to watch.
Yeah, I'm really not either. Like, I mean, when Brady's really dealing, like he doesn't really look like he did last year, but when he is like playing really well, they are pretty fun to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah. My number, what number was that? 6?
6.
My number 6 is the San Francisco 49ers. This is a team with one of the best defenses in the NFL. Nick Bosa has been elite so far this year. He did get hurt in the last game. I don't know if it's substantial or anything, but I'm pretty sure he led the league in sacks coming into last week. Defense has been really good. Jimmy Garoppolo knows how to win games. Jeff Wilson has been a great replacement for Elijah Mitchell. Deebo Samuel's still been going off. This is one of the best all-around teams in the NFL. They're number 6.
Yeah, my number 5. I'm following you. I'm following suit. My number 5 is the San Francisco 49ers. We've been talking a lot.
Just try it again.
Yeah, My number 5 is the San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco.
Struggling. We've been talking for a while here.
Well, how far are we into this?
Hour and 7 minutes.
Really? It does not even feel like that.
I feel like it feels like an hour and a half. I feel like I've been here for a minute. Especially with the way I'm talking. Just starting to slur my words here.
Yeah.
The 49ers, I still believe, I think they're better, obviously, with Jimmy Garoppolo. Whether you think he's a good quarterback or not, he wins football games, like you said. He just, somehow, at the end of the game, you look at the scoreboard, San Francisco's got more points than the other team. Feels like every week. It's another team like the Titans to me, kind of, where no matter who they put on the field, they're going to be good. I don't really get it. I like the 49ers.
Yeah, and their offense definitely can be hit or miss, but that defense has been really, really good so far. My number 5 is the Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 3-2 right now. They've had a tough schedule to start this year so far. This team could be 5-0. They had 2 heartbreaking losses to the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. They bounced back with a huge win on Sunday night against Cincinnati last week. Lamar Jackson has been great so far this year. This defense is banged up, but it's still really good. They've been holding teams, for the most part, to lower points. Rashad Bateman has been out. I think he's coming back this upcoming week, though, so another weapon for Lamar. But it seems like whoever Lamar has on the field, they're going to become useful. You know, like Devin Duvernay has been really good this year. He was just the kick returner for them for the last 3 years, and that's it. And now he's a legit weapon for them. So, yeah, the Ravens are my number 5.
My number 4 is the Baltimore Ravens, still just following you. Like you said, they should be 5-0, aside from poor coaching and I don't know if Miami I'd consider poor.
That was
coaching.
Just kind of a blown loss.
Yeah, that was just kind of craziness.
Yeah.
But Baltimore's looked very good. Lamar Jackson is just so good.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he had so many doubters for so long.
Yeah,
people
legit.
still doubt what Lamar Jackson's abilities are. There are still people who don't believe he's that great. He is incredible. Just watch him.
I still don't understand how you can doubt it at this point.
You watch him and he's just incredible.
I mean, are the Baltimore Ravens doubters for not paying him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. Actually.
They might be.
They probably fit right in with those doubters.
My number 4 is the Dallas Cowboys. I have them a lot higher than you do. This Dallas Cowboys team has been elite on both sides of the football so far this year. With Cooper Rush at quarterback. I think that was part of the reason why I put them so high, was because they're doing this at an elite level without Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Their defense has been insane with DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons causing so much havoc up front. Trayvon Diggs has been really good. Obviously, there's plenty of other players that have been good as well. And then offensively, CeeDee Lamb has really been doing well with Cooper Rush. The run game has been good. The offensive line, despite being banged up, is doing well. This team has looked really good, and I hate to say it because I don't like the Cowboys, but with Cooper Rush, I've been rooting for him. I've been rooting for him every week, and it's going to be weird because I always have hated him, but as soon as Dak comes back, it's over.
Yeah, you start disliking him again
after that. And I have them at number 4, but we all know the Cowboys are going to finish 12-5 and then lose in the first round of the playoffs. It just happens every year. But yeah, they're number 4.
What if Cooper Rush starts the rest of the season? What happens then?
About that.
You didn't even
about that.
Didn't even
Super
think
Bowl,
about it. They have to. They've never lost.
They would. Yeah, that's true.
It's impossible for them not to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, if you base it off the past data, they will never lose.
That's what I was trying to say with the Cooper Rush Dak Prescott argument. The data shows that
I agree with you.
You don't lose.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the Kansas City Chiefs. I did not expect them to be where they're at right now with how good this football team has won. They're having to scrap it out and kind of, muscle up for these wins, but they're doing it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been a weapon in the red zone for them. They use him every game. They have multiple plays for him. Travis Kelce, that guy is him. He is him.
Yeah, he is.
He is so incredible. 4 touchdowns he had
25 passing yards.
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, receiving yards. Yeah, he did.
He is just spectacular. This whole team, Patrick Mahomes he's a magician out there. He does things you've never seen before. Every week he surprises me. Give me Kansas City.
This one was tough. I made a last-second decision right before we started. My number 3 is the Philadelphia Eagles at 5-0. I understand, they're the only undefeated team in the league. They probably should be number 1, but I'm taking these other 2 teams over them if it comes down to a game. And I think obviously there's a reason. We're gonna know a difference between these top 2 teams. But the Eagles, they've looked insane. Jalen Hurts has been really good. The defense has been pretty solid. They have had a couple close calls. Obviously, last week they almost lost to the Arizona Cardinals. I think if that field goal falls, I think everyone has them at number 3 here instead of number 1.
Yep.
And I don't think that's too big of a difference for me to keep them above the Chiefs and the Bills, I'm going to say, obviously. So the Eagles are number 3. I'm not hating on the Eagles. They're a good team. They're really fun. And I think this is going to be a fun game this week, but they're number 3.
My number 2 is the Buffalo Bills, which I don't know if we need to even talk about the Bills. They're just so incredible. Yeah. They just are so dominant. But I did give the nod to the 5-0 Eagles. They haven't lost. So my number 1 is the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're electric. I think they're fun. They're exciting, which doesn't, translate to best team of football by any means. But they just right now haven't lost. So they look really
which
good.
Is completely fair. Yeah. My number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs, and my number 1 is the Buffalo Bills. I put the Chiefs above them because I just think their offense is more the ceiling, I guess, or is more explosive than the Philadelphia Eagles is. Obviously, when you have Patrick Mahomes, that helps a lot. And then the Bills are number 1. I just feel like they are the most complete team in the NFL. They do it on all sides. They've been banged up defensively, and they're still getting it done. Their one loss, who did they lose to again? The loss to Miami. Yeah, the loss to Miami when Tua was healthy still. Their one loss of the year was an ugly game, especially because we thought it was going to be more of a fun game. But I just think this is the most complete team in the NFL at the moment, and clearly are the Super Bowl favorites coming out of the AFC. So, Bills Chiefs is going to be humongous this upcoming week, and so is Cowboys Eagles. Those are my top 4 teams there. So it's going to be fun.
I'm so excited for those 2 games back to back. Get to sit and watch them,
and then we have our basketball draft right in between both of them.
Oh yeah, we do. Fantasy Dynasty basketball. Yeah. Crazy.
It's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Like we said, go check out our past video, top 25 players, and our upcoming video on Saturday. And go use our code TEMPO on Thrive. Bye.
Peace.